Hello all. GPVWC arrives in Abu Dhabi on the Yas Marina island with a grid of 23 cars. Joe Concilio lines up on pole. Lee Morris qualified second but suffered a 5-place grid drop for overstepping track boundaries at the last Grand Prix in Melbourne. Ojay Clark suffers a similar fate. With everyone safely around the first two corners, it's Concilio leading from Miller and Muscat. However, in turn 6, Christoph Lichtenstein clips the back of Ryan Walker's drag, sending him into a spin. And moments later, Panisi tags Morgan and almost flips him over. At the front, Muscat uses the power of the Renault engine to blast past Miller in the straight. With the opening lap completed, Concilio leads comfortably from Muscat, Miller, Rowland, Rouse, Morris and Jones. Morris breezes past Rouse on the straight. While just ahead, Rowland drives around the outside of Miller. Morris tries his luck with the synergetic at the next corner and succeeds, while Miller, completely offline, loses out to Rouse 2, now down to 6th. It seems Abu Dhabi's long run-up areas aren't long enough for Thomas, as he ploughs heavily into the wall at turn 16 and retires. On lap 3, Damghi and Walker make contact, resulting in a spin for the drag driver. The other drag is flying in the hands of Lee Morris, who sneaks up the inside of Rowland in the final turn. Mark Stanton and Dacre Smith make contact whilst trying to take the chicane 3 wide. Clark then passes Stanton at the end of the lap. There's a battle building for 5th place, and Rouse spins. Next lap, Miller's back on the attack and passes Rowland. Behind them, Jump brakes late, and Rowland goes off track, cutting the chicane and getting a penalty. He surrenders the position at the next turn. Clark is the next to challenge, and as they bang wheels, Rowland loses the back end, flying off the road. Morris moves up to 2nd with another excellent move, this time on Muscat. Wicks in 9th is passed by a recovering Rouse. And then by Carr Smith. However, a lap later, Carr Smith pushes Rouse into a spin, losing them both time and allowing Wicks to pass. However, it's not long before Rouse is back past again. Ben Morgan, rejoining the track, collects the innocent Christoph Lichtenstein, the CompuTrack coming off worse with a puncture. Meanwhile, Dacre Smith loses a front wing and calls it a day. Joe Concilio is the first of the front runners to pit, exiting in 4th, just ahead of David Junt. Morris exits the pits as late as lap 20, making it clear that he's on a 2-stop strategy. He rejoins 9 seconds behind the 3-stopping Concilio. After everyone's made one pit stop, the order is Concilio, Morris, Muscat, Junt, Clark, Miller, Mark Stanton, Rouse, Wicks, and Ryan. Damghi slams into the wall at the final turn, effectively ending the Nijo driver's debut race. Kieran Ryan runs wide, letting Lily Corpy through into 10th place. Lap 27, and Concilio pits for a second time, making it out in front of both the red archers. But he's 12 seconds behind Morris, so the Norwegian driver really has his work cut out now. Ojay Clark exits the pits just behind Stanton and sets about passing him. Stanton, however, isn't ready to give up just yet though. However, a mistake sees the constant driver lose out there. Moments later, a strange mistake causes Miller to clout the wall. The Scotsman suffers damage and is forced to return to the pits. However, things go from bad to worse for Miller as he spins whilst battling with Lily Corpy, almost wiping out the race leader. This further damage ends the synergetic driver's day. Meanwhile, Chris Williamson is having a terrible race and has an off in turn 1. The Nijo team boss will have to pit for the 6th time today. At 2/3 distance, Morris makes his final stop from the lead and rejoins only 17 seconds behind Concilio. Have Drake done enough? Lap 43, and Concilio exits from his final pit stop, 3.5 seconds behind Morris. However, in the closing laps, Morris becomes uncomfortable with the car, and Concilio slowly starts to close the gap. A miscalculation by the constant team forces Mark Stanton into the pits for a splash and dash on lap 49, demoting him from 6th to 8th. At the front, Concilio is faster than Morris, but the Norwegian simply doesn't have enough straight line speed to pass, leaving Concilio frustrated. Thus, Morris wins in style for drag racing by just under a second from the hard-charging Concilio. Red Archers come home 3rd and 4th with a well-deserved podium for Muscat.